What is CGI and why is it happening? So for those of you that don't know, CGI, also known as the Craig Jones Invitational, is an event created by Craig Jones himself, the #2 guy, as his way to fight for fair pay for jiu-jitsu athletes.
Ultimately, what I want and what I wanted from day one was just athletes across everything in jiu-jitsu to be compensated just a little bit more.
Him, along with the Fair Fight Foundation, which is a non-profit organization, are going to donate all the profits to charities of the athlete's choice, which is absolutely incredible. So there's 2 really good reasons why you should go support this event already. A lot of people have been speculating that him and Mo must have had beef because the Craig Jones Invitational is being hosted at the Thomas and Mack Center, which is where ADCC 2022 was held at, which is also going to be on August 16th and 17th, which, if you don't already know, are the same 2 days as ADCC this year. A lot of people have been speculating that Craig Jones and Mo, which is the event organizer for ADCC, are having beef with each other, which is why Craig Jones is hosting the event on the same 2 days. But according to Craig Jones, if you look at his post right here on Reddit, he says that him and Mo don't actually have any beef with each other, and that pretty much he's just doing this. He's just doing this to fight for fair pay for athletes, because the male champions for ADCC only get a measly $10,000, and the female champions, which a lot of us are just finding out, get paid less, which in 2024 they deserve to get paid the same as men, but they get $6,000 instead of $10,000, which is crazy.
You've left ADCC as champion, so I think right now you're the only one announced for our event that's leaving as a champion. Women were paid $6,000 to win a division.
It's actually $5,000, unless other people were paid $6,000, because everyone keeps saying $6K. I don't know where that came from, because I got $5K.
I got $6K for second in men, I guess.
Oh, fuck. That's...
Second place pays more.
So Craig Jones, being Craig Jones, the freaking funniest man ever to exist.
Name is Craig Jones.
Dad, you came back. Why did you leave me?
Is paying out $10,001 just to be petty to the athletes that he invites and accept the invitation just to compete. So that means that if you go to this competition, the Craig Jones Invitational, and compete just to participate, even if you lose, you still take home $10,001, which is still $1 more than the ADCC winners get for the male divisions. Is Craig Jones being petty? Sure. But is he doing something great for the sport? Also yes. Now at this point you might be wondering, how much do the winners get for winning at the Craig Jones Invitational? The winners get a whopping $1 million. Yes, you heard that right. $1 million cash prize to the winner of the Craig Jones Invitational. If you guys have been in the jiu-jitsu community for any length of time, then you probably already know that there isn't a lot of money in jiu-jitsu. In recent years, jiu-jitsu has been gaining a lot of popularity. A lot of content creators now on YouTube pushing the sport, as well as world champion athletes creating highlights or whatever it may be. But the sport isn't in the right direction to become bigger and make more money for the athletes. These world champion athletes who are also risking breaking bones competing at ADCC just for the chance to win $10,000, a measly $10,000. Back then, $10,000 was amazing. It was the most amount of money you could make, but especially the past couple years with inflation, $10,000 is not that much. And to imagine that these people put their heart and soul every single day training for a sport that they love and are passionate about and want to see grow, that are only making $10,000 if you're a male or $6,000 if you're a female, is ridiculous. If you haven't watched the Joe Rogan podcast that just released an episode with Craig Jones on there, they talk a lot about this. So if you haven't watched it, go ahead and check that out. But in that video, Craig Jones talks about the rule sets, which I'm not going to get to in detail with it. You can find that somewhere else on YouTube. But something that I thought was really cool and that I was hoping for is that he did say that the area that the competitors are going to compete in is going to be similar to that of the karate combat walls, which, if you don't know, they're just walls on the edge at a 45-degree angle, forcing athletes to stay in there, as well as creating new interesting opportunities using those walls against their opponents. Anyone who's seen this in action knows that it keeps jiu-jitsu exciting, it keeps the action going. It's just a lot of interesting new things going on now using those walls. It's probably going to become something that's mainstream. Now, the only issue with that is that karate combat does not allow people to copy their arena directly. So Craig Jones is forced to create something similar, but not exactly the same. So now the question is this good for the sport? Now, if you look at any of the posts on the Craig Jones Invitational Instagram page, you'll see that there are a lot of people who are commenting saying that it's bad for the sport, it's hurting the sport, it's hurting ADCC, that if Craig Jones really cared about the athletes, he would do it on a different day. But I just think those people don't get the point. The point of this is that it's putting Mo in a position where he either has to let this happen, and those athletes are going to leave to go compete at the Craig Jones Invitational so they can get paid more to make a living, because they're allowed to do that. They have that right. Or Mo is going to have to fight back by paying their athletes more, which I think he doesn't want to. I think he's too stubborn. He's not going to give into this. He's going to basically be admitting that he was wrong and that Craig Jones was right by doing so. So I don't think he's going to do so.
We're going to replace Craig Jones with fucking Roberto Jimenez. Craig Jones bigger than ADCC. Mo without Craig, the whole thing will take.
Do you have any idea how he feels about this?
I imagine he's not happy.
I don't take no shit from anyone.
He has mentioned on Instagram Live already that in ADCC 2022, they had athletes drop out because of pink eye. Filling in new spots for athletes dropping out is not something that's new to him. So basically that's his way of saying that he's not threatened by athletes not going to ADCC because they're competing at CGI, which is fine. But despite a small portion of the community arguing that this is bad for the sport and that Craig Jones is doing something really, really bad, a majority of the community, I would say 80% or more, is really excited to see Craig Jones competing against ADCC, and mainly because there's just a lot of good things that are coming out of this. So in my purple belt opinion, I do think that this is going to be something that's really good for the sport. I would say a larger portion of the community agrees with me. There's people like Gordon Ryan or Nicholas Marigali talking all this smack about the athletes, saying that they're burning bridges and that if they go compete at CGI, that they just don't know what they're doing. Just all this crazy stuff. These people are probably all struggling to make a living, or majority of them are, because like I said, there's not that much money in Jiu-Jitsu. Even if you're a world champion black belt, it doesn't mean that you're going to be well off for the rest of your life. Not yet. The sport is still growing. And because these people have families to support and dreams that they want to achieve, you know, I'm sure they want nice houses and a nice car, and they want to be able to support their family. They want to go compete at ADCC for the chance to win $10,000. But now that the Craig Jones Invitational is creating this event where people are winning $10,001 just to participate, and $1 million if you win, that's amazing. That's the first of its kind ever in this sport to ever pay out $1 million to the winners. And that's all Craig Jones is trying to do. He's trying to elevate the sport, along with the Fair Fight Foundation, which is donating all the money to charity. Every single thing they're doing is amazing. Every single step that they've taken has been a step in the right direction in my eyes.
Without jiu-jitsu, it's worse than cutting my 2 legs.
Do you disagree? Let me know in the comments, and I'll make another video reading the comments. Now, it's really hard to say who's gonna leave next, because you do have to be invited to this event. And then if those people choose to accept the invitation, then they compete in the event. Obviously, that's how it works. But I would like to see the Ruotolo brothers compete at this event. I think that would be super cool. They're young, rising stars. You know, they're obviously some of the best champions in the world already at such a young age. I know Miku Gabao and his dad, Melky Gabao, are thinking about it, and they wanted to wait till after the IBJJF tournament that just passed to make a decision on it. $1 million is a lot of money. All these world champions have a good enough chance to win $1 million in the sport of Jiu-Jitsu. The money really is up for grabs for any of these people who are competing for it. And who doesn't want to win $1 million competing in a sport that you absolutely love? Doing it for the fans, which, by the way, I forgot to mention, they're going to be streaming this for free on YouTube, not by like Flow Grappling charging $150 membership. The fact that Craig Jones is streaming this on YouTube for free says a lot. Craig Jones is constantly keeping us on our toes. We don't know who's going to be invited next, who's going to join. We don't know what's going to happen. He just signed the contract with Gabby Garcia, which was something they've been teasing for the past 2 years at least. And to actually be doing a super fight, that tells you that he's just doing this for the fans. The fans want to see this. Jiu-Jitsu is a fun sport, you know. People want to have fun and enjoy watching the sport. Why do we have to be so strict and so professional and like no cameras, no streaming unless you pay for it? Just have fun, be a good person, help grow the sport. People say they care but are charging an arm and a leg, whether it's a membership or tickets to go watch it, and just like, obviously people need to get paid. I get that, you know. Obviously I'm a professional videographer, I get it, but you know that Mo Jasim could be paying them a little bit more than $10,000 in 2024. That's all I got for today. If you guys have any questions or if you guys opposed anything that I said, please let me know in the comments. Make sure to be angry and use a lot of curse words. I will definitely read those and cry. But if there's enough funny comments, I'll make another video where I read the comments. If you guys have any guesses on who's going to be invited next and join the Craig Jones Invitational, then please let me know in the comments below too. I'd like to see your guys' guesses and see if any of us guess correctly. But my main guess is going to be the Ruotolo brothers. Craig Jones Invitational! Anyways, that's my 2 cents on it. What do I know? I'm just a purple belt. I just work here. I'll see you guys on the next video.
Alright, let's see what this is about. Where the fuck is everyone?